Yes, good morning, RGB, all business owners, entrepreneurs out there. Welcome to our Wednesday webinar. Today we will talk about the year-end tax and bookkeeping tips. This is not just an ordinary bookkeeping tips because we are going to focus more on the PPP loans. Are you guys ready? How are you doing so far with your PPP loans? Did you use it already? Are you still in the process on applying for the forgiveness? Feel free to comment below. I'm Christopher. I'm the CEO and founder of Wyco Tax. It's an all-year-round, all-in-one tax payroll bookkeeping service solution. Today, this is one of the most hot topics so far because we're already end of the year. Tax and bookkeeping will really play a major integral role in able for you to avoid penalties and consequences if you do your tax and bookkeeping records on your PPP wrong. So that's why please stay tuned. I hope you will learn something today. But before anything else, we will just have to go over with some of the few announcements because it's Christmas season, holiday season. We are giving 20% off on your tax filing for next year if we will clean up your books for your 2020. If you want to know more, click the link to know more. Then we have been, WYCOTAX have been servicing the RGV, the Rio Grande Valley, and even other states and cities for the past 5 years. And we are happy to announce that we are helping our clients not just with their taxes, but also with their payroll needs. At this time of the year, we are helping them with their CARES Act, with whether it's a EIDL or PPP loan. Then here is one of our valued clients' testimony.
From the time I joined or teamed up with Wyco Tax, I had a lot of stress on me running the store, taking care of finances, marketing and whatnot, and bookkeeping, and was one thing that was really, it was taking most of my time. And from the time I joined Wyco Tax, that was just like such a relief on my end that I don't have to worry about those things. And also, like, not just taking care of bookkeeping, I would say that with Chris and his team, I got such a good support. Like any question regarding his business related, regarding its, helping any kind of assistance we need in terms of business, Wyco Tax is always there. And I'm really, really grateful of Chris and his entire team for supporting us from the time we joined them.
There you go. So that's one of our clients, Miss G Mart. If you would like to visit her location, she owns a store here in Brownsville, Texas. She sells different authentic dish or food, snacks. I bought it there. She's one out of so many businesses that we have helped. Guys, this is your opportunity if you would like to connect and let's build a global financial ecosystem. We're building a referral-based system. Please visit me on my LinkedIn. Let's connect and talk. Also, you can follow me on my YouTube channel or our YouTube channel by clicking the link below. Then join the business forum for available grants and tax credits. We created a forum where what you can do is just go to our Wyco Tax page or type the EIDL PPP SBA group, then you will find this group. It is an exclusive and private chat for business owners that are looking for available grants. How can their loan be forgiven, whether it's PPP, and even some questions on the EIDL. By the way, also the city, we also navigate if there are available funding for your payroll or maybe your operations or startup cost. On that group, we are giving free resource information that will help to scale up your business, not just to survive, but to thrive on our current economy. This is what we have accomplished with the tax refunds. Yes, tax refunds are already here. 7.5 million we process. And also, we're not only helping our clients with their refunds, but also with their planning and audit resolution. We also offer that to them. The EIDL, PPP are also part of our services. Feel free to contact us today. Thank you for the past months. We were able to keep almost all our employees on the payroll because of your insurmountable, that's the term, because of your overwhelming referrals to us. That's why we are giving back by giving you pre-webinars specifically for sole owner or sole proprietors and even corporation LLCs. We are providing this seminar because this is something relevant and you need to know at least the basic. Here is our YouTube channel. Just type Wyco Tax and you will find subscribe. LinkedIn. Also on our website, you can download the free tax and bookkeeping checklist. Disclaimer that this material has been prepared for informational purposes only. It is not intended to provide and should not be relied on for tax, legal, or accounting advice. Examples and other materials in this webinar are only for illustrative purpose and should not be relied upon for technical answers. WYCOTAX is an outsourced tax, payroll, and bookkeeping company. WYCOTAX is not associated with any institutions on this presentation and is a private business providing resources for small businesses. This webinar agenda, we only keep it less than 30 minutes. If you are watching and you have questions, you are feel free to participate by typing on the comment section on our chat or on comment section below. This session is being recorded. You can watch the live on our YouTube. This will be uploaded 24 to 48 hours. But if you just want to read, the PDF is also available on our website. Any topics, comments, suggestions, please send it to our number. It's 956-425-WYCO. Again, it's 956-425-WYCO. WYCO is my last name. WYCOCO. We provide worry-free, year-round, competitive, on-time tax payroll bookkeeping service solution. That's why it's WYCO. Let's jump into this. What are the year-end tax and bookkeeping tips of PPP loans? Guys, there are so much. This legislation for how to treat whether it's taxable or not, how do you do the proper bookkeeping. Forgiven PPP is different bookkeeping from unforgiven PPP loans. That's why we came out with the 10 tips. For example, Gloria, she's one of our clients, 45 years old, single mom and owner of a restaurant, running her business for the past 10 years. It is almost end of the year and tax season is near, but she obtained a loan of $100,000. What are the things she needs to keep in mind on her PPP loans? Are your books, guys, updated? Because as you know, December 31, you need to start submitting a PPP loan forgiveness if two things happen. Either you used up all your PPP loans or before December 31, because that is the only deadline that they give, that you need to use your PPP loan before you can even apply for the forgiveness. All of it. But what's the basic rule? 60% should be more on the payroll cost, 40% for the other utilities, rent, all of those covered expenses. The root word, it should be covered qualified expenses under the PPP guidelines. If you have not seen that, we covered that PPP discussion on our previous webinars. Just go on our YouTube and you will find it. Number 10, you have to create a different bank account. For Gloria, I think if it's not too much, like us here, some of our clients, the first thing we told them is first go to their bank. For example, Wells Fargo. The problem is it takes months that they have not get back on the beginning or in the process of applying for the PPP. But the Texas bank is open, so that's why it's what we did with our clients is whoever will process the PPP loan faster, we go there. And it also helped us as a bookkeeping company to track which amount of money, for example, on Texas Bank, that is for the PPP approval. If it's 100,000 for Gloria, we would be able to know what is the amount of money, the 60% for the payroll and more will be coming from the Texas Bank. That's what we do. Enable not to mix it to the existing business bank account in Wells Fargo. So that's why you have to create a different bank account if you're looking to have an easier time tracking the usage of your PPP loans. Experts advise that you create a separate bank account for the loan. That's why it simply means avoid mixing your funds with your PPP loan funds. Number 9, automate accounting process. With the rise of digital economy, everything can be, as much as possible, can be automated. The same thing. If you go to Walmart, you can do self-checkout. It's automation. The same thing with the accounting process. We are not living in a world of 1980s or 1900s. You should consider looking for the best accounting software and link it to your PPP loan bank account. Yes, you can link your PPP bank account. Most bank accounts can be linked to the accounting software. Such software will be used as it will help to track all loan expenditures, categorize them, authorize the sending or paying of invoices, then generate reports, etc. That's why when I used to do, we encourage our client as much as possible, if they have an accounting software that they're using, they need to explore the what you call the integration, all right, or the migration of the document simply by link the current PPP loan bank account you have to your current accounting software, whatever software you're using. Please explore that. So you could cut to the chase of downloading Excel sheet, PDF copies on your bank just to itemize. Number 8, hire an expert. Even like on my end, with this current changes every 3 months, I believe the legislations of the bookkeeping, whether it's taxable or not, whether how do you bookkeeping, does it fall to your balance sheet or does it fall on your profit and loss? It's not going to cost you to hire an expert. What do I mean by that? If you think hiring a professional expert is expensive, just wait. Just wait. What would it cost you to hire an amateur or even to do it yourself? At this point, your focus as a business owner, even me, I don't do my bookkeeping. I'm already in a tax industry, but I need to have somebody that's much smarter than me and know regulations, the up-to-date news for this PPP, because even us, since it's changing almost every 3 months, we have to read different articles on the CARES Act and the IRS, your lender, on the SBA. These four institutions have their own policies and regulations, and one knowledge of the other is not the same as the other because they handle and they represent different institutions. The banks have different guidelines, SBA has different guidelines, CARES Act and IRS have different guidelines in this. For the meantime, please, this is not optional for me. It's mandatory because as a business owner, if you run a restaurant like Gloria, she's focused on keeping the retention of retaining the clients more than anything else. How will she serve the curbside? What are the POS that she's going to use? All of those things come into play in able for you to stay in the business. Consider hiring a professional bookkeeper, accountant, even if not permanently. You don't need to put them under W-2. They can be your outsource contractor. You can pay them per hour, subscription, whatever way that fits your budget. They will help you to record and classify loan expenditure. Likewise, a reliable accountant will also help you file taxes and strategize your planning. That's why I believe this, remember on the saying, what you do know is your greatest asset, but what you do not know would be your greatest liability. Then this liability can cost you so much penalties because you don't know how to organize your books. That's why as early as now, try to talk to somebody that is expert on this field. Number 7, review your PPP records regularly. You should analyze your PPP loan account statements regularly and try to discover whether there are any red flags or green flags, which means to say, am I spending at least 60%? Did I use, like Gloria, out of $100,000 of PPP loan, did she make sure that she used 60% of that for payroll? If it's not, we already on December 31, then she has to go back again and make sure to comply with the regulation in able to be forgiven and for these funds. If possible, you have to analyze the statement daily. At the end of the day, ensure that whatever in your PPP loan account matches the receipts because you are also subject for audit. eventually, if you did not organize your PPP loan and comply with the regulation. Remember, 60% for the paycheck, 40% are for utilities and other covered expenses like rent, lease, those things that pertain to your business. Number 6, track every expenses. Financial experts advise you to label and categorize all the expenses and keep a track of cash flow that will help to maximize tax write-offs and credit. Okay, so remember anything so far that the good thing about the PPP income, it is not taxable. However, if you pay yourself because you don't have employees, like under the CARES Act or PPP guidelines, you can issue yourself a paycheck. But what is going to happen to that paycheck that I issued to myself? If Gloria is the only owner of the business, and she renders service as a manager directly to her business, she needs to issue a check to herself. And then because of that, what is going to happen? If she's issuing $1,000 monthly since June to December, how much of those income that she has to report? Those are the different nitty gritty. Is she going to pay taxes on those $1,000 check that she issued? That's why it's very important that you track every expenses. Number 5, understand how to manage leftover money. There are certain instances where your venture may end up receiving an extra PPP loan amount than it needs. In such a situation, there are several things you can do. I'm not even sure if this is really applicable. I'm pretty sure most of our clients, on our case, we already exhausted the funds because on the bookkeeping, we already see their books. I know that all the businesses right now, one thing that concerns me is the PPP amount of money. We need it more because nobody expected the COVID-19 will last this longer, and as much as next year, we don't know what's going to happen. For me, that I'm not sure if there's any leftover, but one thing for sure is you need to make sure that you exhaust that PPP and not try to reserve it on rainy days, because so far it is only until December 31 that you have to distribute that funds on the right covered expenses. Number 4, separate your business venture. Like for example, on Gloria's case, going back, if she apply for the PPP loan because of her A Gloria's Restaurant LLC, therefore the money should only be used on that. But then if she decided to, you know what, I'm not going to do Gloria's Restaurant, she decided to close, and then she started an online business, maybe more on Amazon, selling, FB, she started. You cannot use those funds, the PPP, because you started another one. It cannot be a separate or startup cost. That is wrong. You have to separate your budget on your business venture. As you may be aware, loan forgiveness is not in any way taxable. For this reason, strive to separate for any venture on your business from the PPP loan proceeds. Don't misuse the funds. Number 3, store records safely. Whether you have been in business for a while or you just started your venture, the other way you can testify that there is nothing as important. The most important thing is record keeping. When I say, whenever I do conduct webinars to any business organizations from Chamber of Commerce, SBA, SCORE, I would always tell them there are only 2 things to follow. Number 1, document. Number 2, don't forget rule number 1. All businesses are required to maintain their accounting records. The best way right now for us is online. If you are a paper guy, make sure that you have folders, but try to adapt with the new technology, computer, all accounting software, because they keep your record on the cloud. Because even petty cash, it needs to be reconciled. Your personal and business account and PPP accounts need to be always reconciled every now and then, which means they should match. Money in, money out. Those are the guidelines that you need to remember. Number 2, consider using a payroll service because always remember, if you don't have a payroll service yet and doing it yourself, maybe QuickBooks, they already have this Form 941. The Form 941 is a quarterly report that you submit to the IRS. It tells how many employees or how much payroll you spent. And then also it says there the different Social Security, Medicare tax contribution, and federal tax that you paid. Therefore, it's important that you have a payroll service. We have clients, they do it manually. I'm not against it, but it's highly likely that you might miscalculate things if you're using it manually. I've seen, believe me or not, it still exists that people do manual computation of their payroll. That's a no at this point. That will save you so much headache if you just use a payroll service. Then number one, of course, the most important, set up proper controls. Financial experts advise you to employ proper accounting controls to help get rid of frauds. You could, for instance, use two authorized personal signatures when dealing with huge transactions or secure PIN for debit cards, etc. But most importantly is always listen to the news, at least maybe once every 2 weeks, that you could what's happening right now with the taxation, with the bookkeeping, all of those. We need, especially December, January, usually tax starts at the end of almost last week of January. Therefore, any new news you need to be keeping up. There you go. If this is overwhelming, I know this is overwhelming because I'm also overwhelmed. Contact us today because, this is part of our presentation to the Dallas Chamber of Commerce, the Dallas Filipino American Chamber of Commerce in Dallas. We are providing this free training for them. Then next week, that would be our last presentation of the year, December 16. What are the benefits of individual tax ID number, or the ITIN? This is for people that don't have social security number, but they would like to file and pay their taxes to the IRS. We will go over that. How is the process being done? The 5 benefits of getting a business bundle. Our company is an all-year-round, all-in-one tax payroll bookkeeping service solution. Of course, we provide a peace of mind. You do not deal with the IRS letter again. Who among you here would like to receive a letter from the IRS? Nobody. That will save you headache. You do not need to purchase and learn complicated accounting service. You can save time. When you save time, you save money. The other one, they said, oh, I want to save money, but they don't know they're spending so much time doing their books. Then they only see their accountant once a year. They don't know when you sign your bookkeeping or your tax reports, you're the one signing that all the information you provide is correct. At the end, the IRS will be after your business. Number 5, faster access to grants and loans. Of course, any type of documents or any type of grants funding, whether from PPP, EIDL, from the Economic Development Center, to the city grants, all of this requires financial statements, your profit and loss, balance sheet, cash flow. At the same time, even your personal budget, it comes into play when you're applying to try to get funding. Why you entrust your business to WYCOTAX? We stand by its name, WYCO. We are a worry-free, year-round, competitive, on-time tax payroll bookkeeping service solution that are Texas-based company. We've been open all year. That's what I believe, because all the audits and letters are not happening. You don't receive it during tax season. It is after tax season, and I don't believe that we should close. Other tax companies, they're happy, spend their money, their tax offices, and then they will see you next year. I don't believe on that. We need to be more proactive because 80% of tax savings happen on tax planning from April to December. That's why you need to have someone that you can always call anytime during office hours. Wyco Tax. For the past years, one of the highlights of our business is the being recognized as the 2018 SBA Minority Business of the Year. It is a very humbling experience because what we have done for the past years are providing free webinars, seminars, and speaking engagements, because I believe that we have something to contribute to our business community on your expertise. Also, we are an IRS certified acceptance agent for ITINs. This is what makes us different. On an ITIN, our IRS acceptance agent, for those of you who would like to obtain a tax ID number to the IRS, our company is a certified acceptance agent where you don't have to submit your original documents to the IRS. Because come on, guys, who would like to submit their passport, their birth certificate, your visas, all your sensitive documents to the IRS? Nobody, because if they lose it, it's gone. You cannot have it no more. And it paralyzes the other business activity that you would like to do, whether you want to open a bank account, whether you want to travel. That's why as an IRS acceptance agent, we verify the authentication, the authenticity of the document, and we are the one making copies of it. You keep your original. We submit the copies with our certification on it. That will save you so much headache. We also have a one-on-one meeting. This is also one of the highest officials that I've spoke to on 2018. No other than Miss Linda McMahon. Because she handpicked me to have a one-on-one conversation about the business condition of the Rio Grande Valley on how the SBA can help our business community. That's why it was such an honor, and it is very one of the most memorable experiences I've got here in United States. Before you call us, feel free to check our publication before so you could check whether we are credible to serve you much better. Our company, Wyco Tax, has established in 2015 in Harlingen, and we open up another here where I am at in 2019. We have the highest rated reviews for accounting or financial services here in South Texas. Then please read our testimonies, even our stories of our clients and their experience with us. Guys, if you are tired, I know all of you are tired with all this happening. We are giving 20% off if we will clean up your books. 20% off on your tax filing. Just click the link to know more. You have to choose your battle, okay? So either you hire an expert that will organize this, of course, you need to spend a little budget for this, or you would do it yourself, and this one is no way that it will win an audit. We would like you here as your partner. WYCOTAX is your partner. We would like you to run your business, not the business runs you. So that you should be on top of your business. It's not, you don't, so much people are carrying their business on their shoulder because they're saving in terms of money, where in fact it costs you so much more. Because according to successful people like Steve Jobs, that great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by the team of people you have. Thank you guys for watching our White Coffee Break again. I am Christopher Wycoco. Let me see if there are no more questions. You will watch the pre-record or the recorded presentation on our YouTube channel and of course here on Facebook. Again, guys, hope you have a wonderful day ahead. Stay safe because your success is our business. Bye.